Do you know that you should treat interviewing as a forum for public speaking? That may seem strange because you may not be able to connect the dots, but let me help you today to understand why I recommend that you prepare for an interview much in the same way that you would for making a public speech. First of all, remember what your goal in a job interview is. Your goal is to establish credibility by sharing your knowledge and your experiences that are directly related to your target job or your target employer. So you need to consider who your audience is. You need to research your topic, and your topic is going to be the position that you are interviewing for. So you want to make sure that you have as much information that you possibly can have so that when you go into your interview that you'll be fully prepared to be able to make the best presentation possible. Then the other way that you're going to establish credibility is to be able to explain what it is that you have done in your career and how your career so far has prepared you for the position that you are vying for. And how do you do that? You review your resume, you review the timeline of your professional experience that's job related, and you practice your presentation. So make absolutely sure that you do all of your research, and that research should also include researching the company, knowing the company's history, knowing what some of their business challenges have been, what their placement is in their market of operation is, and who their competitors are. And again, you need to be able to share those ideas in a coherent and confident manner so that you can present yourself during your job interview as an authoritative figure within your area of expertise. Next, you need to gauge your audience by researching them. One of the most important things that I share with people who I coach in career coaching sessions is to also not only research the company, but research the individuals. When you get that phone call or that invite to come for an interview for a position, ask the person who is inviting you to the interview for the names of the people, names and the titles of the people who will be on your interview panel, who you will be interviewing with. That way you can look them up on LinkedIn. You can also look them up on other social platforms like Facebook. And even though I don't recommend using Facebook as a professional platform, what you can do in your preparation for your interview is looking each one of those people up on Facebook and finding out what some of their hobbies are, some of their interests. You know, they may be interested in music, they may be interested in cooking, they may just like hanging out with friends, what have you. You may not learn that type of information on LinkedIn because LinkedIn is strictly a professional platform. But what you want to do, just like in public speaking, you want to engage your audience during your interview and you want to create a connection with them. And how better to create a connection with your interviewers than to do some research on them as a person, not a professional business person in the workplace, but as a regular you and me everyday person just living their lives when during their non-work time, activities that they may engage in that you may find interesting too. And if you all have that common interest, then you can relate to them in that way, find a way to bring up that subject matter during your interview process and let it just kind of flow naturally. And you'll see that that will be very, very valuable. The other thing you want to do in treating your interview as a public speaking opportunity is you need to know how long your responses to the interview questions should be. Now, my gauge is no more than 90 seconds, even to the dreaded tell me about yourself question, no more than 90 seconds. And even in that tell me about yourself question, you don't need to tell the interviewer all the way back to the day that you were born. You need to start off with how you became interested in that particular career field. Give them a high-level overview of what your experience has been so far, what you found most interesting and fulfilling about practicing in that particular area of expertise, and maybe even something that you wish were a little bit different, but especially sharing with them why you want to take your career to the next level at this particular time. So, the last tip that I'm going to give to you during this time today is treat your interview like a public speaking opportunity or engagement by not closing out and never contacting your interviewers again, but closing out by saying thank you verbally, also offering a firm handshake with each one of your interviewers, and also all through the interview, making sure that you don't just focus on speaking to one person. If you're being interviewed by a panel, speak to everyone. Make sure you kind of sweep your gaze from one person to the next, so that everyone on your interview panel feels like you are speaking to him or her. You're not having anyone to feel left out. Then, last but not least, when the physical interview meeting is over, make sure that you thank your interviewers. They're just like your attendants, your participants during a public speaking engagement. You want to thank them for having you come in for an interview or inviting you for an interview, whether it's virtual or in person. And then you want to seal the deal by saying thank you via email or dropping off a handwritten note to each one of them no more than 24 hours after your interview is over. Just like with public speaking opportunities, you will notice if you think back when you attend conferences and other public speaking events and engagements, those public speakers typically will get you to sign up in advance. They'll get you to pre-register, and then they start following up with you. They add you to their email list, and they start following up with you so that they can engage you in a nurturing sequence, because eventually they're likely going to offer you something to buy or a service that they feel can help you in your development in whatever area their area of expertise is that they're helping you in. So you treat your interview the same way, and you follow up with them by saying thank you in written format after the interview has ended. So I hope that you have gotten value from this content. If you have, please smash the like button. Let the algorithm know that this is great content that other people need to receive as well. It'll help me to help more people. Then also share it with other people who you know who are on the journey to living their best career life, because you know I'm on a mission to helping you live your very best career life. And if you haven't already, when you are ready, subscribe to my channel so that you can become one of my workplace warriors that I keep in contact with. And also, if you'd like to work with me more closely, check out the additional details either below the video, or if you are reading the written version of this content, there will be additional information after the end of the article as well. Also, last but not least, remember my Friday morning lives right here on YouTube at HR by Nnamtique 167. I would be happy to have you to pop in and say hello, give me leave some comments, and who knows, you can even ask me a question, and I may even do a video about the question that you leave or the comment that you leave for me. So until next time, as always, career success to you, and I'll see you in the next video or the next live. Bye-bye.